Well, hello. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Chrissy Seaton. And I have been promising for a while to do some more videos in relation to head wrapping. And so I decided I would do that today. Now, I'm just going to rotate myself so that you can actually see the full extent of this head wrap I've got on, which is using a silky square scarf. And we've all got heaps of those in our drawer that we've gathered over the years, and we have the problem of how do I keep them on my head? Well, let me show you first what it looks like finished. This is a square silky scarf. So I'm going to turn around side on, then slowly rotate, so you can have a good look at the back and the sides. Now that is a silk scarf. So I'm going to unwrap it now and show you how I arrived at this shape, etc. So the first thing I do is I had a little pin there, I've taken that out. I undo this knot here at the top, which is the corners, and then I just pull it apart like that. And this is, I'm going to take it off now. This is how I sort of folded it. Can you see that it's not quite exact? It's got a bit of a off center to it. Now that is the way I do my silk scarves, because it just gives me a little bit more coverage, and for some unknown reason they sit better. They're not quite on the bias, but they grip better. So that's that. Now, this here, as you can see, I've got my hair done up in a ponytail, and it's with a velvet headband there. It's long hair. And then I've got this fairly wide non-slip headband on. And if you look at it, you'll see it's shaped there, and then it's kind of got a fair bit of tread, so to speak. It's depth here. And now you can make those yourself by just shaping them a little bit and with velvet, and one side will be slippery and one side will be grippy. And this is just the same as the normal headband, non-slip headband. You can use those as well, as if you feel that's sufficient, that's fine, and it is. But some of people feel a bit nervous about using a silk scarf because they're always frightened it's going to slip and roll and carry on. Well, you can make yourself a wider headband, doubling over that velvet. Remember, you have the grippy side up, and then underneath is grippy also, but it stops it from moving the other way. So, and I put mine over my ears because I wanted this scarf over my ears, and it just keeps it in place a bit better. So when you've been avoiding all those lovely silk scarves that you have in your drawer, now you know how you can successfully wear them. And as I said, I find this wide headband perfect for me because it goes right to where my bun is, so therefore it can't go any further. But you may only have short hair, or you may not have any hair, in which case you would wear a little snug, like a wig cap underneath, because they will have that cotton sort of grippy feel, and therefore you can put your silk scarves over those and they will stay in place. And sometimes people still like to use a pin, which you can. And I tell everybody, about the hijab pins. These wonderful. You can get them in Australia. You can get them at Spotlight and haberdashery shops. They come in 2 sizes. They're a long one, and these are a slightly shorter one. But either way, it doesn't matter which one you use. So, or you may not use them. And also, you can secure them on with a little brooch or something. But never mind, let's get on with this. And we will go straight into putting the scarf on. See how I've folded it? That's the side that's going to go closest to my head. It's off center a little bit. The peaks aren't exactly equal. So that just gives, and also if there's a tag on them, which there will be on your good silk ones, you want them inside underneath, not on top. So here we go. Now, I just come over, I center that. Again, I have to just remember. Okay. So what I do, I gather that in place. I'm looking at this mirror, which is my camera. Now what I do, I've just got these at the back here. Now I cross them over. You could put a knot if you wanted to. I prefer not to. Now I've crossed them over and they're almost still sort of even here. And I wind them a wee bit. You may not want to do that, but I wind them a little bit, and then all I do is I bring them up and I tie them. Now I use what we call a reef knot. That's my left over right, and then we go right over left. Or you can just use a normal knot. It's up to you. A reef knot sits flatter on your head, and therefore it sort of sits a bit better. Now I would, if it were a windy day and I was going to be doing a lot of work today, busy, going shopping, I myself would put a little pin in there, just so that, more so that none of this slip happens. You can just leave your bit of ribbon, a little bit of leftover scarf out if you want to. Tuck it under, and then I would just put a little pin in there and just slide it through like that. And now I'm good to go. I know that's not going to budge. Now, because I'll just show you how it looks now. Now, some of you may prefer, rather than taking that up there like on top like I did, you may want to tie it down the bottom there. And that is a personal choice. It means it won't alter how it looks here really, except those 2 tails will be tied in a double knot under here, or you can tie them over that, which stops it. You know, if it was a windy day, you might want to not have that hanging, but it's versatile. But look, the silk scarves aren't the problem. The problem is not having enough grip foundation. And so if you have a wider headband and a velvety thing here to hold your ponytail, if you have short hair or no hair, it won't matter. Just go with the wider headband, and that way you've got more grippy space for your slippery silk scarf. I suggest, ladies, that you go and master this, but make sure, try it with a normal non-slip headband. It may be sufficient for you. You may want it back further on your head, and you may not want it over your ears. That would probably be enough, but only you will know whatever feels nice and secure for you. And it's what a great way to use up all those beautiful silk scarves that either you've collected or maybe your mother or grandmother has, and might lend you. But they are light. They are not hot. You don't even feel you've got them on, but everyone shies away from using them simply because of the slipperiness. They say they don't stay on, and they say that, they can't get as a comfortable way to tie them, and whereas some people love them and use them all the time. Now, if you find those slippery silk scarves are just too difficult to manage, you can buy square scarves like this. Now, I bought this. This is a cottony, sort of a fibery, it's not silk, but it's grippy, sort of, it's got some glitter in it. It's gorgeous. Now, you can buy these on the website called Rapunzel, which I'll leave a description below for you, a link in the description box. And these are very, very easy. They're called Israeli tickles. That's what they're actually called on the website, Rapunzel. And they're not expensive, but they come in a variety of colours and lustres, and these are a little bit slippery, but nowhere near as slippery as your silk scarf. So these may be a preference that you might like, or an addition. But there's no excuse, girls, not to go out now and go through your drawer of silk scarves, bring them out, fold them a bit off centre as I showed you, and enjoy using them, because, they're just going to waste there. And it's a shame not to use them. I'm just going to show you how to fold this. So you can adjust the fold. See how the peak's off centre a bit? Now, what that does, the benefit of that is you won't have quite so much stretch there, because some people find that hard to deal with when they're laying it over their head. But you only have to fold over a little bit like that, just a little bit, stretch it, put it over, and by the time you get those bits down and behind you, that's all you need to worry about. And then you can wrap them up, tie them on top, tie them underneath. Whatever you prefer to do is the way you can do it. So don't look at those square scarves and think, oh, I can't do anything with them. But short or long hair, you can still wear them. They still look gorgeous, and they're so pretty. Some of those old silk scarves have some gorgeous colours and designs in them. And, unless you're wearing them around your neck or something, they're just sitting there and going to waste. So try and utilise them. Love to see you try and do some styles of your own with them. See what they look like. So in the meantime, go and raid your mother's silk scarves or granny's silk scarves. I'm sure she'd like to pass some on to you. And have a fun day trying out some designs and things. They're feminine. They're useful. This is cool, even though it's silk. I've got the breeze. It's summer here. Breeze is running around my neck. It doesn't feel hot on top. No hotter than if you had a hat on. So there's lots of things you can do with those silk scarves other than wearing them around your neck. In the meantime, ladies, please take care and God bless.